viewers, our topic is area. This is class 5. So the first thing is, let's understand what is area. So in other words, area is the service occupied by a figure. The service occupied by a figure. Mostly this figure is a two-dimensional figure. When I'm talking of two-dimensional figure, examples in class 5 are square. A square is a two-dimensional figure. A rectangle is a two-dimensional figure. The reason as why I'm using the word dimensions is because length and width are the ones that are referred to as dimensions. Because of the two-dimensional figure, that's why I'm referring to that. So mostly we're going to discuss square, rectangle, and triangle. So the first thing you should know about area, because you have said it is the service occupied by a figure. If you may look at one example, that is a square. Remember, a square, all sides are equal. The origin of this, if you divide it into equal squares, for example, if you look at our figure here, let's say these ones are equal squares, measuring 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, and we want to find the area of these. So the origin is, if you count the number of squares in this square, then it is representing the number of squares that are enclosed by this square, then it is representing the service. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have 12 squares that are enclosed by that square. So how do we get these 12? It is very simple. If you count the number of squares on them, maybe the horizontal and the vertical, then you get these 12. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 here, and on the other side we have 1, 2, 3. So what is the connection between these two and these 12? You find that when you multiply 3 times 4, you get 12. So instead of dividing your square into parts, you can also count the number of, you can also identify this length here and width on the other side. Length is the longer side, width is the shorter side. When you multiply, you get the 12 squares. So this is how we get the area. And if you look at this, we have said, let's say our 4 is representing length, then, sorry, let's say this one was this is not a square, this is a rectangle. This is a rectangle, not a square because of 4 by 3. So our 4 is representing length, our 3 is representing width. So you can come up with a formula of getting the area of this, the square and the rectangle, which is length times width. So area is equal to length times width. So this is the formula we are going to use to work out the area of a rectangle. If it is a square, then we expect it to have maybe, if there are 3 sides, and on the other side we have 3. So you find that this side is equal to this side. So you can also say that area is equal to side times side. That is 3 times 3, which is 9 squares. So when you are multiplying this is a way of finding the area of a square. If it is a triangle, it's always good that you know that the origin of this triangle is half of the square or half of the rectangle. So because you know that the area of a rectangle is equal to length times width, now we are going to introduce other terms. This is half of your rectangle, so you can introduce your half there in your sum. But this time around, we are not going to call this line length, we are going to call it base. And this other line, we are not going to call it width, we are going to call it height. Therefore, we can come up with a formula of finding the area of a triangle, which is area is equals to a half times base times height. So let's look at some examples. Find the area of the following figures in square centimeters. Square centimeters, this is how we write square centimeters. We don't say centimeter square, we say square centimeter. If you look at this one is a rectangle. So how do you get the area of a rectangle? Area is equals to length times width, which is equals to 25 centimeters, which is our length, times our width here is 15 centimeters. So let's multiply 25 times 15. This is 25, so you write 5 carry 2. This is 10, 12. This is 5 and 2. Then you add. This is 5, 7, 3. So a total of 375. Don't forget that the unit of area must end with a square. And because you're using centimeters, so it will be square centimeters. So the area of this rectangle is 375 square centimeters. Example 2. If you look at this is a square. This is a square, and we have said area of a square is equals to sine times sine. Area of a square is equals to sine times sine. One of the side is 12 centimeters, the other side is 12 centimeters. So 12 times 12 is 144 centimeters squared. Don't forget that, because that is the unit of area. Number 2, the floor of a building is 15 centimeters long. This one refers to length, then and 10 meters wide. This one is referring to width. And now the question is, you find the area of the floor. So the first thing is you sketch. One side is 15 centimeters, the other side is 15 meters, the other side is 10 meters. The question is find the area. This is a rectangle, and area of a rectangle is equals to length times width, which is equals to 15 times 10. That is 15 centimeters times 10 centimeters, which is 150. That is 15 times 10. That's 15 times 1 is 15, and a 0, just put it there, then centimeters squared. Number 3, the area of a rectangular farm is 100 square meters. One of the side, which is length, is 25 meters. Find its width. So we are told to find one of the shorter side. Sketch. The area here is 100 square meters. Length is 25 meters. So now we know that area is equal to length times width. So there is a way of getting length, that if you, because this is multiplication, so if you want to know how to get length, length is equal to area over width, and width is equal to area over length. So these are things that you should know. In our case here, we are told to find width. So this is the formula you are going to use, that width is equal to area over length, which is equal to 100 divided by 25. Remember how to simplify. This is adding with 5, 100 is adding with 0. So when they are adding with 5 and 0, you can simplify by 5. So by 5, 5, by 5, 20, by 5, 1, by 5, 4. So our width is 4 meters, not centimeters, because we are using meters. Let's find the areas of triangle. So here we are told to find the area of the triangles. Now, as we have said, area is equal to a half times base times height. So a half will not change. Our base is this line here. And note, how do we identify base and height? First and foremost, remember that this base, the base and height, are the shorter sides. And how do you identify the shorter sides? When there is this angle of 90 degrees, which we also call it perpendicular. So when you see this sign, these lines here that are meeting at 90 degrees, one will be base and the other one will be height. So our base here is 4 and our height is 4. So by 2 and by 2, 2 times 4 is 8. Because we're using centimeters, it will be square centimeters. So that is our area. Number 2, our 90 is here. So this one will be the base and this one will be the height. This is the base and this is the height. So you cannot say that this line will be the base. This one is referred to as slant height. Slant height. So area is equals to a half times base times height, which is a half. Our base here is 5 centimeters. Our height is 10 centimeters. So you simplify this by 2 and by 2, 5. So this is 25. So the answer is 25. And then because we are using centimeters, it is square centimeters. This question, we are going to find the area of the shaded part. And if you look at the shaded part, this is simply a triangle. So in other words, you are told to find the area of the triangle in this question. So area is equals to a half times base times height, which is a half. Our base here, remember this is 90. Our base is 10. Our height is 5. By 2 and by 2, 5. 5 times 5 is 25 square centimeters. Next question. This is still a triangle. So area is equals to a half times base times height, which is a half. Our base, this is 90. So this is our base, which is 12 centimeters. Our height is 12 centimeters. By 2 and by 2, 6. So you multiply by 6 here. This is 12, 2 carry 1. This is 6 plus 1, 7. So the area is 72 square centimeters. So note this. We have said when you are finding the area of a square, it is side times side. Area of a triangle, a half base times height. Area of a rectangle, it is length times width. Hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Have a nice day.